Is this the restaurant where we had dinner last night? Is this the restaurant where we had dinner last night? He wished he hadn't eaten so much junk food. He wished he hadn't eaten so much junk food. I couldn't quite understand his name. I couldn't quite understand his name. Please relax and try to get some rest before the operation. Please relax and try to get some rest before the operation. I have a big brick house. I have a big brick house. You must submit your application before the deadline. You must submit your application before the deadline. You can take. You can take. Should I rest after 2 weeks? Should I rest after 2 weeks? Did we collect 3 months ago? Did we collect 3 months ago? Wasn't he the postman every month? Wasn't he the postman every month? They have finished the construction of the house. They have finished the construction of the house. Do you like going to the museum? Do you like going to the museum? Everyone was excited for the concert. Everyone was excited for the concert. Necessary. Necessary. What is your horoscope? What is your horoscope? He does not agree with the decision. He does not agree with the decision. He bought a toy for his son. He bought a toy for his son. There is a cat on the roof. There is a cat on the roof. The rest of the job. The rest of the job. The letter was handwritten. The letter was handwritten. I will not be happy until my dreams come true. I will not be happy until my dreams come true. Where can I find stationery materials? Where can I find stationery materials? I see the car and go to the market. I see the car and go to the market. Can you recommend a good restaurant in this area? Can you recommend a good restaurant in this area? You should study harder for the exam. You should study harder for the exam. Our half-brother is a travel agent. Our half-brother is a travel agent. He could learn to play the guitar. He could learn to play the guitar. Is his colleague a philosopher? Is his colleague a philosopher? He got his passport stamped at the airport. He got his passport stamped at the airport. Do you need to talk? Do you need to talk? Is my stepbrother an educator? Is my stepbrother an educator? He wouldn't be vice president after a weekend. He wouldn't be vice president after a weekend. Our grandfather was a homeowner. Our grandfather was a homeowner. Recommended every year. Recommended every year. I have a lot. I have a lot. He practices his piano skills every day. He practices his piano skills every day. Can you report? Can you report? Do you have gluten-free options for muffins? Do you have gluten-free options for muffins? She sings beautifully. She sings beautifully. Was I studying when you called? Was I studying when you called? I wish I had known about the discount earlier. I wish I had known about the discount earlier. Detailed. Detailed. Is your grandson a potter? Is your grandson a potter? I'm going to high school. I'm going to high school. I was thinking about this summer. I was thinking about this summer. We could have invaded 2 weeks ago. We could have invaded 2 weeks ago. The weatherman says it will rain all day tomorrow. The weatherman says it will rain all day tomorrow. Despite the distance, they maintained a strong friendship. Despite the distance, they maintained a strong friendship. Waiting for you. Waiting for you. Will it challenge 2 centuries later? Will it challenge 2 centuries later? We congratulated ourselves on a successful job. We congratulated ourselves on a successful job. Dancing is fun. Dancing is fun. Overlap. Overlap. Modestly. Modestly. Will you go to school today? Will you go to school today? Rarely analyzed. Rarely analyzed. Was her half-sister a fashion designer? Was her half-sister a fashion designer? Do you have gluten-free options for granola bars? Do you have gluten-free options for granola bars? He flew to New York for a business trip. He flew to New York for a business trip. You soon became a technician. You soon became a technician. Also known as. Also known as. Good to see you. Good to see you. You should always use sunscreen to protect your skin. You should always use sunscreen to protect your skin. Can he calculate at twilight? Can he calculate at twilight? The surroundings of the park are very beautiful. The surroundings of the park are very beautiful. As you see. As you see. Unfriendly. Unfriendly. I am doing my homework. I am doing my homework. Shouldn't it be adjusted for 1 week later? Shouldn't it be adjusted for 1 week later? That's when it appeared. That's when it appeared. Can we try? Can we try? They would not be watchmen after the 3rd century. They would not be watchmen after the 3rd century. They'll be visiting their grandparents next week. They'll be visiting their grandparents next week. Have you ridden a rabbit? Have you ridden a rabbit? The problem discussed in class was challenging. The problem discussed in class was challenging. Please, just let me explain. Please, just let me explain. Her half-sister is the weather presenter. Her half-sister is the weather presenter. Can I think a little? Can I think a little? He is the author of many articles on technology. He is the author of many articles on technology. They have to attend the compulsory education session. They have to attend the compulsory education session. Did not behave. Did not behave. Can you get some bread from the oven? Can you get some bread from the oven? Can I return an item if it is broken? Can I return an item if it is broken? I am sad. The doorbell rings. I am sad. The doorbell rings. Do with. Do with. I am allergic to penicillin. I am allergic to penicillin. They can always connect. They can always connect. Will they not inform? Will they not inform? Wouldn't there be a sportscaster every month? Wouldn't there be a sportscaster every month? Important. Important. He would be famous if he won the competition. He would be famous if he won the competition. The situation is beyond repair. The situation is beyond repair. We can still throw a party. We can still throw a party. Productive. Productive. I'm going to the park. I'm going to the park. I have a food allergy. I have a food allergy. Politicians are in control of the behavior of all people. Politicians are in control of the behavior of all people. Do you have any allergies? Do you have any allergies? I bought a new car. I bought a new car. The drug has been found to have serious side effects. The drug has been found to have serious side effects. Where is the nearest supermarket? Asked. Where is the nearest supermarket? Asked. My grandfather was a founder. My grandfather was a founder. Sorry to interrupt your vacation. Sorry to interrupt your vacation. The company is looking for a new project manager. The company is looking for a new project manager. Was her sister an apprentice? Was her sister an apprentice? Lack of direction. Lack of direction. Being shocked. Being shocked. How much? How much? They are made up of various backgrounds. They are made up of various backgrounds. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. Didn't I judge every year? Didn't I judge every year? I enjoy gardening as a hobby, even if it is time-consuming. I enjoy gardening as a hobby, even if it is time-consuming. They can enter per month. They can enter per month. We are change. We are change. You have to study for the upcoming exam. You have to study for the upcoming exam. Was his father the weatherman? Was his father the weatherman? The laundry load needs to be folded. The laundry load needs to be folded. Weren't we directors at sunset? Weren't we directors at sunset? Do you like to travel? Do you like to travel? The relationship between my father and me is complicated. The relationship between my father and me is complicated. They didn't go shopping, did they? They didn't go shopping, did they? The blue whale is the largest mammal on the planet. The blue whale is the largest mammal on the planet. He was the winner of the competition. He was the winner of the competition. Can you report? Can you report? All tickets are sold out. All tickets are sold out. The cream could not. The cream could not. I had a cream in town. I had a cream in town. You shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. You shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. My stepson is a scavenger. My stepson is a scavenger. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. I never eat seafood. I never eat seafood. Near here. Near here. Can't be a ballerina now? Can't be a ballerina now? I am eating. I am eating. She will be an esthetician every year. She will be an esthetician every year. He had read the book twice before writing his review. He had read the book twice before writing his review. Can he judge often? Can he judge often? Can defend. Can defend. Has it improved every week? Has it improved every week? What lessons are there today? What lessons are there today? Shouldn't they cry? Shouldn't they cry? As you look. As you look. Should not exist. Should not exist. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for your help. We are in Britannia, remember. We are in Britannia, remember. We undertake. We undertake. The music is loud. The music is loud. They said we've been waiting for an hour. They said we've been waiting for an hour. Do you like fishing? Do you like fishing? He would quit his job if he won the lottery. He would quit his job if he won the lottery. Sometimes technician. Sometimes technician. He often forgets his keys. He often forgets his keys. They did not listen to the advice and made a bad decision as a result. They did not listen to the advice and made a bad decision as a result. We have created 10 questions in your ticketing system. We have created 10 questions in your ticketing system. I told you all my secrets. I told you all my secrets. May I have your phone number, please? May I have your phone number, please? If you study regularly, you will improve your English. If you study regularly, you will improve your English. Your nephew is a psychiatrist. Your nephew is a psychiatrist. The water freezes in winter. The water freezes in winter. I will buy a new dress. I will buy a new dress. They had been married for 10 years before deciding to have children. They had been married for 10 years before deciding to have children. He considered his dog as his best friend. He considered his dog as his best friend. He has enough talent to be successful in his career. He has enough talent to be successful in his career. I'll open the door and see what's going on. I'll open the door and see what's going on. Consistency in following a healthy diet leads to better health. Consistency in following a healthy diet leads to better health. Then I limit. Then I limit. Does he sign? Does he sign? International. International. How do you say this thing? How do you say this thing? It may not be cold after 4 weeks. It may not be cold after 4 weeks. I do not have much time. I do not have much time. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Should be encouraged every day. Should be encouraged every day. It was exercise. It was exercise. The agency is responsible for the investigation. The agency is responsible for the investigation. I'm so tired, I can't keep my eyes open. I'm so tired, I can't keep my eyes open. The government has announced new policies to reduce pollution. The government has announced new policies to reduce pollution. I might try a new recipe for dinner. I might try a new recipe for dinner. Can you close the window? It's getting cold. Can you close the window? It's getting cold. They hate waiting in line. They hate waiting in line. You can't impose after 4 nights. You can't impose after 4 nights. The edge of the cliff was a dangerous place to stand. The edge of the cliff was a dangerous place to stand. Have you visited the art museum in the city center? Have you visited the art museum in the city center? The song I heard on the radio got stuck in my tongue. The song I heard on the radio got stuck in my tongue. Doesn't he suspect? Doesn't he suspect? Was he ever a referee? Was he ever a referee? Did they always agree? Did they always agree? They clean their rooms every week. They clean their rooms every week. I want to play video games. I want to play video games. I am good. I am good. To cancel. To cancel. The earthquake tore the whole city into pieces. The earthquake tore the whole city into pieces. He is a successful entrepreneur. He is a successful entrepreneur. Problem solved by our team. Problem solved by our team. We need to finish this project before the given date. We need to finish this project before the given date. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. It's 1:45. It's 1:45. There was no time. There was no time. You will go to school. You will go to school. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. I will study for the exam tomorrow. I will study for the exam tomorrow. You should have double-checked the document for errors. You should have double-checked the document for errors. You could have been a butcher earlier at 1 a.m. You could have been a butcher earlier at 1 a.m. He studied hard to get into a prestigious university. He studied hard to get into a prestigious university. The car was repaired by a skilled mechanic. The car was repaired by a skilled mechanic. I would buy new shoes. I would buy new shoes. Your grandmother was a sculptor. Your grandmother was a sculptor. Don't make a decision after 3 weeks. Don't make a decision after 3 weeks. They have been studying abroad for a semester. They have been studying abroad for a semester. That means. Do you want me to check your answer? Do you want me to check your answer? You didn't tell anyone, did you? You didn't tell anyone, did you? He needs to learn to swim. He needs to learn to swim. We went to visit our grandparents during the summer vacation. We went to visit our grandparents during the summer vacation. He enjoys playing chess in his spare time. He enjoys playing chess in his spare time. If I find my keys, we can go. If I find my keys, we can go. My car is yellow. My car is yellow. Are your grandparents the announcers? Are your grandparents the announcers? He'll be cooking dinner when he arrives. He'll be cooking dinner when he arrives. Before we sign the contract, let's review the terms and conditions. Before we sign the contract, let's review the terms and conditions. He could be a truck driver for 2 weeks. He could be a truck driver for 2 weeks. Past. Past. We look like our parents. We look like our parents. Understood? Understood? How long have you been a doctor? How long have you been a doctor? I'll take out the trash later. I'll take out the trash later. My cousins were warriors. My cousins were warriors. Should we seldom be mechanics? Should we seldom be mechanics? Part of the meeting. Part of the meeting. They're coming home late tonight. They're coming home late tonight. Mary is smarter than Peter. Mary is smarter than Peter. Was our nephew a soldier? Was our nephew a soldier? When can you spell your name? When can you spell your name? Count the last year. Count the last year. I go to the library to study. I go to the library to study. Is my grandmother a stockbroker? Is my grandmother a stockbroker? Can you rest at dawn? Can you rest at dawn? I haven't had lunch yet. I haven't had lunch yet. They are often requested. They are often requested. Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? Did they respond to our request for a quiet room? They have to wear uniforms to school. They have to wear uniforms to school. It never gives up. It never gives up. I need to buy a new briefcase. I need to buy a new briefcase. Does he play the piano? Does he play the piano? Didn't they fit in 5 hours ago? Didn't they fit in 5 hours ago? Could you please repeat what you just said? Could you please repeat what you just said? Investigation of ABC integration for configuration. Investigation of ABC integration for configuration. I work in security and my job is to protect people. I work in security and my job is to protect people. Swipe all your other photos while showing only one. Swipe all your other photos while showing only one. I just want you to be careful. I just want you to be careful. I don't notice anything in particular. I don't notice anything in particular. Cannot adapt. Cannot adapt. I don't give notice at dusk. I don't give notice at dusk. Shouldn't you be focusing now? Shouldn't you be focusing now? I want to buy 2 tickets. I want to buy 2 tickets. After 1 week you have to sing. After 1 week you have to sing. Come to the point. Come to the point. Not hit. Not hit. It was a great success. It was a great success. Connecting with people is an important skill in any profession. Connecting with people is an important skill in any profession. We're going to the beach. We're going to the beach. The baby was sleeping soundly in his crib. The baby was sleeping soundly in his crib. Is he coming to the party tonight? Is he coming to the party tonight? Can you help me find the nearest ATM? Can you help me find the nearest ATM? Unsuitable. Unsuitable. They arrived at the airport in the evening. They arrived at the airport in the evening. Can you help me solve this riddle? Can you help me solve this riddle? Do we have to walk later? Do we have to walk later? Isn't he a doctor then? Isn't he a doctor then? Entrance. Entrance. We cannot lay tiles immediately. We cannot lay tiles immediately. The smell of freshly brewed coffee woke me up. The smell of freshly brewed coffee woke me up. Raspberry. Raspberry. He has been playing the guitar since childhood. He has been playing the guitar since childhood. What is your horoscope? What is your horoscope? What kind of pastry would you like? What kind of pastry would you like? Values friendship and loyalty. Values friendship and loyalty. I will be using my computer for some work. I will be using my computer for some work. What types of dishes do you like to cook? What types of dishes do you like to cook? Every day we wouldn't notice. Every day we wouldn't notice. The laptop is new. The laptop is new. Failed every week. Failed every week. Was their grandmother a gardener? Was their grandmother a gardener? Our grandfather was a doctor. Our grandfather was a doctor. Many businesses had to close as a result of the pandemic. Many businesses had to close as a result of the pandemic. Remember the boy who helped us yesterday? Remember the boy who helped us yesterday? I enjoy learning about different cultures. I enjoy learning about different cultures. I would ask from time to time. I would ask from time to time. Take food. Take food. I'm going to the cinema tonight. I'm going to the cinema tonight. I do not organize. I do not organize. He likes to go to the mall with his friends. He likes to go to the mall with his friends. His brother was a locksmith. His brother was a locksmith. They were watching a football match on TV. They were watching a football match on TV. Both parties were happy with the result. Both parties were happy with the result. I will retire an hour ago. I will retire an hour ago. Shouldn't you be a pilot in 3 days? Shouldn't you be a pilot in 3 days? Where can I find candy and chocolates? Where can I find candy and chocolates? His colleague was an actor. His colleague was an actor. Can prepare. Can prepare. He used to work in a factory, but now he has his own business. He used to work in a factory, but now he has his own business. You should always use sunscreen to protect your skin. You should always use sunscreen to protect your skin. I nanny next year. I nanny next year. Was our stepbrother a lifeguard? Was our stepbrother a lifeguard? The team he coached won the championship. The team he coached won the championship. After a century, he should be a urologist. After a century, he should be a urologist. There are always options. There are always options. She is wearing a red dress and high heels to the party. She is wearing a red dress and high heels to the party. My parents bought a new car. My parents bought a new car. Don't you clean often? Don't you clean often? My sister called me this morning. My sister called me this morning. I can't lend you money right now. I can't lend you money right now. As you remember. As you remember. We shouldn't be tied. We shouldn't be tied. I'm going to the market to buy chips. I'm going to the market to buy chips. We were waiting in the ticket queue when they announced that the tickets for the show were sold out. We were waiting in the ticket queue when they announced that the tickets for the show were sold out. There are too many people in the room. There are too many people in the room. We usually go shopping on Saturdays. We usually go shopping on Saturdays. The dog bred by the owner won the competition. The dog bred by the owner won the competition. I noted. I noted. He makes me laugh and is always by my side. He makes me laugh and is always by my side. They still haven't come to the restaurant. They still haven't come to the restaurant. Celebrating my sister's birthday. Celebrating my sister's birthday. He has a strong work ethic. He has a strong work ethic. They could notice. They could notice. Want some popcorn with your movie? Want some popcorn with your movie? What time was it 15 minutes ago? What time was it 15 minutes ago? I'm trying to connect the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. I'm trying to connect the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. I found my keys. I found my keys. I'm going to have dinner with friends. I'm going to have dinner with friends. The weather was sunny during our vacation. The weather was sunny during our vacation. What time is your train? 10:30. What time is your train? 10:30. I will study abroad next semester. I will study abroad next semester. The house painted blue stands out in the neighborhood. The house painted blue stands out in the neighborhood. She has to do laundry on Saturdays. She has to do laundry on Saturdays. Was it vineyards? Was it vineyards? This is the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen. This is the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen. John, are you here? John, are you here? My father left home before I came. My father left home before I came. Can't let it? Can't let it? They said to me, we've already seen that movie. They said to me, we've already seen that movie. He made a cup of tea before going to bed. He made a cup of tea before going to bed. Are their friends veterinarians? Are their friends veterinarians? I will have to exhaust all my options before making a decision. I will have to exhaust all my options before making a decision. Would it suppress after 4 seconds? Would it suppress after 4 seconds? Is there a home decoration section in the store? Is there a home decoration section in the store? We are working on a project. We are working on a project. Do we count? Do we count? Can you pass the salt, please? They asked. Can you pass the salt, please? They asked. They believe in karma. They believe in karma. Compare the two options before making a decision. Compare the two options before making a decision. Under suspicion. Under suspicion. Take care of. Take care of. Will join another. Will join another. Were their grandmother's agents? Were their grandmother's agents? We can build this house. We can build this house. The train usually arrives on time. The train usually arrives on time. Don't we solve it often? Don't we solve it often? By the end of the day, they will have fixed the problem. By the end of the day, they will have fixed the problem. I want to show them. I want to show them. Please stay here with me. Please stay here with me. If I had a time machine, I would visit dinosaurs. If I had a time machine, I would visit dinosaurs. My eldest son's name is John. My eldest son's name is John. This time tomorrow I will be working on my project. This time tomorrow I will be working on my project. If you want, I will go to school. If you want, I will go to school. We will not draw. We will not draw. I'm sure you understand. I'm sure you understand. They were free to leave the building after the fire alarm went wrong. They were free to leave the building after the fire alarm went wrong. This is your manager. This is your manager. Then can't I see? Then can't I see? My children are getting a good education. My children are getting a good education. Enjoying next year. Enjoying next year. We cannot place. We cannot place. Do you have any discounts or special offers? Do you have any discounts or special offers? We are excited to visit our friends in another city. We are excited to visit our friends in another city. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. They told us, we lost our way. They told us, we lost our way. Were his grandchildren laundresses? Were his grandchildren laundresses? Get out of here. Get out of here. The post office is on the left side of the street. The post office is on the left side of the street. Can I get your help? Can I get your help? We need to go somewhere. We need to go somewhere. Will he talk about it every day? Will he talk about it every day? The children were building sand castles on the beach. The children were building sand castles on the beach. Will they join us for the game? Will they join us for the game? Can't help at noon? Can't help at noon? They wish they had taken more photos during the trip. They wish they had taken more photos during the trip. Is her neighbor a pianist? Is her neighbor a pianist? I will have this. I will have this. I want to lose weight and get in shape. I want to lose weight and get in shape. May not be shared every month. May not be shared every month. There are no empty seats in the theater. There are no empty seats in the theater. The team will improve their football skills. The team will improve their football skills. I went to the bridge yesterday. I went to the bridge yesterday. I prefer tea to coffee. I prefer tea to coffee. We will send it to you after today. We will send it to you after today. That cream. That cream. We would continue with other platforms. We would continue with other platforms. Will you buy me a new book? Will you buy me a new book? Would he be cold? Would he be cold? Your perception is wrong. Your perception is wrong. Yes, I love to travel. Yes, I love to travel. Am I expanding? Am I expanding? Our grandchildren are anthropologists. Our grandchildren are anthropologists. Sarah and Tom are coming with us. Sarah and Tom are coming with us. I'm listening to music. I'm listening to music. You don't sit at noon. You don't sit at noon. They always come late to the party. They always come late to the party. I will cook dinner tonight. Examples. I will cook dinner tonight. Examples. I have to make a phone call to my friend. I have to make a phone call to my friend. We should do weekly detective work. We should do weekly detective work. Arrived in time for breakfast. Arrived in time for breakfast. You may not see. You may not see. We value your opinion. We value your opinion. I am likely to like honest and sincere people. I am likely to like honest and sincere people. I promise to be fast. I promise to be fast. As far as I know. As far as I know. I wish I could speak French fluently. I wish I could speak French fluently. They are my friends. They are my friends. They shook hands tightly. They shook hands tightly. School ends at 3. School ends at 3. The baby is learning to crawl. The baby is learning to crawl. If I had a private island, I would build a luxury resort. If I had a private island, I would build a luxury resort. This is a noisy market. This is a noisy market. Can't it cause this every year? Can't it cause this every year? He enjoys cooking dinner for his family. He enjoys cooking dinner for his family. Before I started, I studied drawing. Before I started, I studied drawing. What time was it 15 minutes ago? What time was it 15 minutes ago? Neighbor swimmer. Neighbor swimmer. They are dancing at the party. They are dancing at the party. My brother is more extroverted than me. My brother is more extroverted than me. When he comes, we'll be long gone. When he comes, we'll be long gone. Was always there to help him. Was always there to help him. Can we add? Can we add? Can you count now? Can you count now? I couldn't. I couldn't. Had he known the answer, he would have raised his hand. Had he known the answer, he would have raised his hand. Jim, I'm here for you to believe. You know that. I don't judge you. Jim, I'm here for you to believe. You know that. I don't judge you. You will need to buy a new phone. You will need to buy a new phone. Shouldn't it always fly? Shouldn't it always fly? I can speak Spanish fluently, he told me. I can speak Spanish fluently, he told me. They want to go shopping this afternoon. They want to go shopping this afternoon. Can we lie now? Can we lie now? Me and my brother are going to school. Me and my brother are going to school. Can we do it in 2 minutes? Can we do it in 2 minutes? I'll take a shower and get dressed and then I'll be ready to go. I'll take a shower and get dressed and then I'll be ready to go. He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. The two events are linked. The two events are linked. They will arrive in 2 hours. They will arrive in 2 hours. He loves watching football matches. He loves watching football matches. Did he often write lyrics? Did he often write lyrics? I'm going to the tennis courts. I'm going to the tennis courts. Isn't it encouraged every week? Isn't it encouraged every week? Anyone can join the club. Anyone can join the club. Can play every day. Can play every day. Take matters into your own hands. Take matters into your own hands. I enjoy spending time with my family. I enjoy spending time with my family. I am going to have breakfast. I am going to have breakfast. My aunt was a wrestler. My aunt was a wrestler. Are you going to the party on Saturday? Are you going to the party on Saturday? Children are swimming in the pool. Children are swimming in the pool. Can I access the internet? Can I access the internet? We are flying. We are flying. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? He will start a new job. He will start a new job. I am eating. I am eating. I would go home. I would go home. I will work on my project tonight. I will work on my project tonight. He waited for the bus in the rain. He waited for the bus in the rain. He is brushing his teeth. He is brushing his teeth. Will he speak in 3 hours? Will he speak in 3 hours? You go to concerts on the weekends. You go to concerts on the weekends. Do you have gluten-free options for pizza? Do you have gluten-free options for pizza? John, are you here? John, are you here? Would it include? Would it include? The company will be hiring new employees soon. The company will be hiring new employees soon. I often volunteer at a local charity. I often volunteer at a local charity. What sports can you do? What sports can you do? It is necessary to follow the rules. It is necessary to follow the rules. He ran 5 miles this morning. He ran 5 miles this morning. I can't speak any language. I can't speak any language. I don't notice anything special about the case here. I don't notice anything special about the case here. Are there any special offers today? Are there any special offers today? He had to follow his instincts. He had to follow his instincts. We forget at night. We forget at night. Our friends started to read the onboarding documents. Our friends started to read the onboarding documents. If it was warmer, we would have gone swimming. If it was warmer, we would have gone swimming. Doesn't he give orders? Doesn't he give orders? I can't believe it, he said. I can't believe it, he said. Is their spouse the second man? Is their spouse the second man? Before we begin, let's review the safety guidelines. Before we begin, let's review the safety guidelines. For maintenance. For maintenance. How much money does he have? How much money does he have? The company is improving its customer service. The company is improving its customer service. Is my grandson a gardener? Is my grandson a gardener? Don't I die every year? Don't I die every year? Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Is their father a curator? Is their father a curator? Was his stepson the postman? Was his stepson the postman? He was a sailor at dusk. He was a sailor at dusk. I listen to all the topics because I want to understand them all. I listen to all the topics because I want to understand them all. Should you be bartending now? Should you be bartending now? Your friend researcher. Your friend researcher. Can't your noon be a urologist? Can't your noon be a urologist? I walked to the store. I walked to the store. Did you sort it a minute ago? Did you sort it a minute ago? I've already watched that TV show. I've already watched that TV show. Was our spouse a pie player? Was our spouse a pie player? Analysis of the data showed interesting results. Analysis of the data showed interesting results. Mary and I are going to the concert. Mary and I are going to the concert. Me and my brother are going to school. Me and my brother are going to school. They practice musical performances. They practice musical performances. We will have lunch as soon as we finish the presentation. We will have lunch as soon as we finish the presentation. By the time I got to the station, the train had already left. By the time I got to the station, the train had already left. He promised to call me later. He promised to call me later. You have to talk. You have to talk. Minute. Minute. He couldn't have seen you. He couldn't have seen you. No, there is no charge for Wi-Fi. No, there is no charge for Wi-Fi. Properly. Properly. Should be saved for later. Should be saved for later. I'm here to see John. I'm here to see John. They should remember. They should remember. We must cooperate more effectively to achieve our goals. We must cooperate more effectively to achieve our goals. A page is missing. A page is missing. Didn't it cost 5 months ago? Didn't it cost 5 months ago? Also, I think we should consider teaching online. Also, I think we should consider teaching online. Number 3 is also solved. Number 3 is also solved. Was our stepson a football player? Was our stepson a football player? Burn. Burn. He didn't pass the exam, did he? He didn't pass the exam, did he? He likes listening to music. He likes listening to music. Can't always be a florist? Can't always be a florist? The car belongs to my neighbor. The car belongs to my neighbor. I will be here to assist you after the surgery. I will be here to assist you after the surgery. Can he always be a sportscaster? Can he always be a sportscaster? He never forgets to call his parents. He never forgets to call his parents. The police officer said we should leave the area. The police officer said we should leave the area. What I did. What I did. She has been working as a teacher since last month. She has been working as a teacher since last month. Seldom can we row. Seldom can we row. So far, so good. So far, so good. Do you play any instrument? Do you play any instrument? If he had worked harder, he would have gotten a scholarship. If he had worked harder, he would have gotten a scholarship. The clock ticks non-stop. The clock ticks non-stop. I almost missed the bus this morning. I almost missed the bus this morning. I will have completed my apprenticeship next year. I will have completed my apprenticeship next year. He may forget his anniversary. He may forget his anniversary. You should not repeat at sunrise. You should not repeat at sunrise. I need to finish this report before the deadline. I need to finish this report before the deadline. I like to read on the bus. I like to read on the bus. Students took tests in class. Students took tests in class. Should I do it occasionally? Should I do it occasionally? He practiced yoga to increase flexibility. He practiced yoga to increase flexibility. Can you show me? How did you do this? Can you show me? How did you do this? There is a rest at night. There is a rest at night. We tried later. We tried later. Is my stepbrother a cop? Is my stepbrother a cop? Was their spouse a reporter? Was their spouse a reporter? The immersion blender is great for making soup. The immersion blender is great for making soup. The East Coast was hit by a hurricane. The East Coast was hit by a hurricane. You like to read books, don't you? You like to read books, don't you? I'm going to take the final exams next month. I'm going to take the final exams next month. In life. What is your purpose? In life. What is your purpose? I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. I own this house. I own this house. Was my brother a physicist? Was my brother a physicist? He is not an immediate interviewer. He is not an immediate interviewer. We are having dinner. We are having dinner. Descendants are sailors. Descendants are sailors. I believe it is necessary to be able to communicate in English. I believe it is necessary to be able to communicate in English. Would you like some mayonnaise with your sandwich? Would you like some mayonnaise with your sandwich? Was my stepsister a tailor? Was my stepsister a tailor? I wish I had learned a second language at school. I wish I had learned a second language at school. By the end of the month I will have saved enough for a new car. By the end of the month I will have saved enough for a new car. They may not talk after 2 weeks. They may not talk after 2 weeks. We lined up for concert tickets. We lined up for concert tickets. Is our daughter a butler? Is our daughter a butler? Temporary. Temporary. Equal. Equal. 10 years should not focus. 10 years should not focus. You stay here with me. You stay here with me. Grandson's cashier. Grandson's cashier. To look. To look. The mistake was forgiven by the teacher. The mistake was forgiven by the teacher. Did I burn? Did I burn? I have to leave early today. I have to leave early today. Annual astronomer right? Annual astronomer right? It could be. It could be. Updates on team structure changes. Updates on team structure changes. I like swimming. I like swimming. They like to watch movies together and organize a weekly movie night. They like to watch movies together and organize a weekly movie night. I have many principles. I have many principles. A driver was sleeping in the car. A driver was sleeping in the car. We should not organize monthly. We should not organize monthly. We must approach at night. We must approach at night. Let us do it. Let us do it. Do you sell fresh seafood? Do you sell fresh seafood? The elephant is the largest land animal. The elephant is the largest land animal. Not trades after 3 hours. Not trades after 3 hours. Does it improve? Does it improve? I enjoy spending time with my family. I enjoy spending time with my family. He has been studying for the medical exam for months. He has been studying for the medical exam for months. We were just sitting and getting ready to eat. We were just sitting and getting ready to eat. He is working on an architectural design project. He is working on an architectural design project. Are you looking for a part-time or full-time job? Are you looking for a part-time or full-time job? They came in the morning. They came in the morning. They were cheering for the team they kept in the stadium. They were cheering for the team they kept in the stadium. These days. These days. I never got a chance to apologize. I never got a chance to apologize. We need to finish this task before the meeting. We need to finish this task before the meeting. I go to school with my bike. I go to school with my bike. I have 2 brothers, he told me. I have 2 brothers, he told me. Digest. Digest. We like to walk in the park. We like to walk in the park. Today is the year of death of the founder of our country. Today is the year of death of the founder of our country. They would go for a walk in the park. They would go for a walk in the park. He has been working on the project since last Monday. He has been working on the project since last Monday. Not fundraising later? Not fundraising later? Although the book is long, it is gripping. Although the book is long, it is gripping. I'll go tomorrow. I'll go tomorrow. Is my husband a vocalist? Is my husband a vocalist? He was playing video games when his mother asked him to do his homework. He was playing video games when his mother asked him to do his homework. I can go to school. I can go to school. He is totally fine. He is totally fine. Whose cologne is this? Whose cologne is this? Drink some more wine. Drink some more wine. This is the restaurant where we had our first date. This is the restaurant where we had our first date. I need to find a new job that pays better. I need to find a new job that pays better. My son was a ballerina. My son was a ballerina. I need a day off after that busy week. I need a day off after that busy week. I want to improve my public speaking skills. I want to improve my public speaking skills. I am making paints. I am making paints. Were there uncles senators? Were there uncles senators? You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that. They'll be rehearsing for 2 weeks when the concert starts. They'll be rehearsing for 2 weeks when the concert starts. I don't have any clean socks in my drawer. I don't have any clean socks in my drawer. They will arrive at the airport at 9 a.m. They will arrive at the airport at 9 a.m. Your mother is the chief. Your mother is the chief. We need to clean the bathroom. We need to clean the bathroom. I'm going to the bus stop. I'm going to the bus stop. Birds were chirping outside the window. Birds were chirping outside the window. We destroy. We destroy. His grandmother was an environmentalist. His grandmother was an environmentalist. Were there uncles merchants? Were there uncles merchants? He played guitar in a band for many years. He played guitar in a band for many years. I mean, he's a famous actor. I mean, he's a famous actor. He looks later. He looks later. I try to avoid eating fast food. I try to avoid eating fast food. I bought a new car last month. I bought a new car last month. His nephew was the driver. His nephew was the driver. She wants to learn to paint. She wants to learn to paint. May I take your temperature, sir? May I take your temperature, sir? We always run away. We always run away. The letter was written to John. The letter was written to John. Don't we design daily? Don't we design daily? I think we should run them and work to make them work better. I think we should run them and work to make them work better. How do you work? How do you work? He fixed the broken window. He fixed the broken window. After 5 hours, he wouldn't be apprenticed. After 5 hours, he wouldn't be apprenticed. The audience was mesmerized by the performance. The audience was mesmerized by the performance. Are there grandchildren sheriffs? Are there grandchildren sheriffs? Not trades after 3 hours. Not trades after 3 hours. The movie starts at 7. The movie starts at 7. Do you like to take photos? Do you like to take photos? We had the documents translated by a sworn translator. We had the documents translated by a sworn translator. Better times for your body. Better times for your body. This movie is very interesting and exciting. This movie is very interesting and exciting. Cluttered. Cluttered. He doesn't like vegetables. He doesn't like vegetables. Above all, safety is our priority. Above all, safety is our priority. I'm meeting John at the park at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'm meeting John at the park at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I found a rare coin in the market. I found a rare coin in the market. Grandson's nanny. Grandson's nanny. They should often be secretaries. They should often be secretaries. I'm not too upset about this. I'm not too upset about this. Didn't we teach? Didn't we teach? Rarely does it increase? Rarely does it increase? I will go to the airport by shuttle. I will go to the airport by shuttle. How many people are in the cinema? How many people are in the cinema? We walked all over the city to see famous places. We walked all over the city to see famous places. You don't have to say that. You don't have to say that. He will play football with his friends. He will play football with his friends. How about trying this cocktail before you leave? How about trying this cocktail before you leave? She was knitting a sweater for her sister. She was knitting a sweater for her sister. Is your stepmother a golfer? Is your stepmother a golfer? Is her nephew a swimmer? Is her nephew a swimmer? You should sleep at sunset. You should sleep at sunset. Too cold to drink coffee. Too cold to drink coffee. How often does he go to the library? How often does he go to the library? They cannot win. They cannot win. If the weather is nice, we can go swimming. If the weather is nice, we can go swimming. Didn't he do veterinary practice occasionally? Didn't he do veterinary practice occasionally? Can offer. Can offer. My friend is taller than all of us. My friend is taller than all of us. Niece editor. Niece editor. Can he travel earlier at 1 a.m.? Can he travel earlier at 1 a.m.? 2. I am going to the theater. 2. I am going to the theater. He is a talented musician and plays multiple instruments. He is a talented musician and plays multiple instruments. His stepmother is an air traffic controller. His stepmother is an air traffic controller. Let's celebrate after finishing the project. Let's celebrate after finishing the project. Future. Future. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. My sister is the tallest person in our family. My sister is the tallest person in our family. It won't bother you anytime soon. It won't bother you anytime soon. Are you leaving in a minute? Are you leaving in a minute? Your friend was the captain. Your friend was the captain. We're not going to be weather presenters at 2 p.m. We're not going to be weather presenters at 2 p.m. Can you exclude soon? Can you exclude soon? I can ask. I can ask. We are not models every week. We are not models every week. I have many values. I have many values. Didn't he suppress? Didn't he suppress? Rarely use? Rarely use? What does this mean? What does this mean? The message has been forwarded to the relevant unit. The message has been forwarded to the relevant unit. We watched a horror movie in the cinema. We watched a horror movie in the cinema. We watched a gripping thriller. We watched a gripping thriller. Won't he be a programmer at sunset? Won't he be a programmer at sunset? I think you're going to the party tonight. I think you're going to the party tonight. Then you meant. Well, nowadays there is a lot of investment in my country. Well, nowadays there is a lot of investment in my country. I wrote a detailed report and got promoted as a result. I wrote a detailed report and got promoted as a result. His half-brother is an alchemist. His half-brother is an alchemist. Relevance. Relevance. Aren't we going to be paramedics in a week? Aren't we going to be paramedics in a week? Sometimes you go for a walk in the mountains. Sometimes you go for a walk in the mountains. Would it matter? Would it matter? We've been through a lot together and I know I can always count on him. We've been through a lot together and I know I can always count on him. Was I a carrier? Was I a carrier? Couldn't try soon. Couldn't try soon. Will he talk about it every day? Will he talk about it every day? Can you forget? Can you forget? Your nephew is the waiter. Your nephew is the waiter. In 10 years I will take a trip to Asia. In 10 years I will take a trip to Asia. They shouldn't be making statements at 3 p.m. They shouldn't be making statements at 3 p.m. For I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. For I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. Couldn't he be a golfer a century from now? Couldn't he be a golfer a century from now? Can't lobby now? Can't lobby now? I'm in the room with the music. I'm in the room with the music. We must begin. We must begin. There has been an increase. There has been an increase. I just want you to be careful. I just want you to be careful. Why are you with this man? Why are you with this man? This place is so bright. This place is so bright. Hi John, who can help us with John's request? Hi John, who can help us with John's request? Could you butcher last year? Could you butcher last year? They enjoy hiking and have climbed several mountains. They enjoy hiking and have climbed several mountains. How much money do I have? How much money do I have? Had they seen the new exhibit at the art gallery? Had they seen the new exhibit at the art gallery? Should not leave. Should not leave. Are you married? Are you married? Did he make a machinist at night? Did he make a machinist at night? What time does the train leave? They asked. What time does the train leave? They asked. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. The author will work on his new novel for months. The author will work on his new novel for months. Then it shouldn't help. Then it shouldn't help. Result in. Result in. Our working hours are from 7 o'clock to 1800 from Monday to Friday. Our working hours are from 7 o'clock to 1800 from Monday to Friday. His stepmother is a sailor. His stepmother is a sailor. His grandfather is a juggler. His grandfather is a juggler. Students took tests in class. Students took tests in class. Did you see what was done? Did you see what was done? He is an excellent cook. He is an excellent cook. The food was cooked by a professional chef. The food was cooked by a professional chef. Her stepdaughters were workers. Her stepdaughters were workers. They have been traveling around Europe for a month. They have been traveling around Europe for a month. How many cars are in the garage? How many cars are in the garage? Designer at sunset? Designer at sunset? Should I include it sometimes? Should I include it sometimes? I will come home too. I will come home too. Despite the criticism, she continued to follow her dreams. Despite the criticism, she continued to follow her dreams. We should play every month. We should play every month. Songwriter every month. Songwriter every month. As soon as possible. As soon as possible. They've known each other since college. They've known each other since college. He won't go to bed until the episode is over. He won't go to bed until the episode is over. We can be inspectors every day. We can be inspectors every day. You were attacking. You were attacking. Could not be organized weekly. Could not be organized weekly. We went to the supermarket to buy something to eat. We went to the supermarket to buy something to eat. They watch the news every morning. They watch the news every morning. Can we set up a meeting to discuss this further? Can we set up a meeting to discuss this further? The book I bought is really interesting. The book I bought is really interesting. The team worked hard for the match so they were confident. The team worked hard for the match so they were confident. The letter was read by my friend. The letter was read by my friend. When we reach the beach, we will be driving for 4 hours. When we reach the beach, we will be driving for 4 hours. Your half-brother is a stockbroker. Your half-brother is a stockbroker. We must respect the wishes of the deceased. We must respect the wishes of the deceased. Last year we used ABC. Last year we used ABC. It is never diversified. It is never diversified. We couldn't design it right away. We couldn't design it right away. Should we not organize? Should we not organize? Good job. Good job. He attended all classes, so he passed the course. He attended all classes, so he passed the course. I need to fix my car's flat tire. I need to fix my car's flat tire. Those birds sing very well. Those birds sing very well. Can I get you something else before I go? Can I get you something else before I go? Someone help me. Someone help me. The team is training for the match. The team is training for the match. He needs to save money for his future. He needs to save money for his future. In its place. In its place. Write me a book outline on the best guide to mindful eating. Write me a book outline on the best guide to mindful eating. Must be on horseback at night. Must be on horseback at night. Can't they normally do science? Can't they normally do science? This exercise is simpler than the previous one. This exercise is simpler than the previous one. May I be interested? May I be interested? This is a book. This is a book. We are cleaning the house. We are cleaning the house. Children are playing with their toys. Children are playing with their toys. Social inclusion. Social inclusion. Beneficiary. Beneficiary. Wasn't he a lumberjack 2 years ago? Wasn't he a lumberjack 2 years ago? Shouldn't we call after a day? Shouldn't we call after a day? He takes pictures of the beautiful sunset. He takes pictures of the beautiful sunset. This is a comfortable blanket. This is a comfortable blanket. I'm having a great time with my friends and family. I'm having a great time with my friends and family. It did not reach the top shelf. It did not reach the top shelf. You enjoy watching movies, don't you? You enjoy watching movies, don't you? Uncle lyricist. Uncle lyricist. What food do you usually eat? What food do you usually eat? I will retire an hour ago. I will retire an hour ago. I will pay my taxes next week. I will pay my taxes next week. Can we live at sunrise? Can we live at sunrise? He always comes to work early. He always comes to work early. Payment received on time. Payment received on time. Are you feeding? Are you feeding? He is a strong athlete. He is a strong athlete. They should not play after an hour. They should not play after an hour. That name. That name. The movie had already started when we arrived, so we had to wait for the next screening. The movie had already started when we arrived, so we had to wait for the next screening. Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Were our children self-employed? Were our children self-employed? What kind of toys? What kind of toys? On the corner of Maple Street. On the corner of Maple Street. The city I live in is crowded. The city I live in is crowded. Sometimes I don't have lunch. Sometimes I don't have lunch. May not be connected before. May not be connected before. We should not answer. We should not answer. Should it force 2 weeks later? Should it force 2 weeks later? I will be available after 13. I will be available after 13. The red car is faster than the blue one. The red car is faster than the blue one. Inconsistency. Inconsistency. Will he fail then? Will he fail then? I could have sworn I left my phone on the table. I could have sworn I left my phone on the table. We can be therapists. We can be therapists. We can discuss the matter after the meeting. We can discuss the matter after the meeting. My family works in an office. My family works in an office. Can't I be a missionary later? Can't I be a missionary later? Can they insist right away? Can they insist right away? Can't we be a hematologist at 2 p.m.? Can't we be a hematologist at 2 p.m.? Can it be announced every year? Can it be announced every year? Do we have to feed after one night? Do we have to feed after one night? I may not be a pathologist by noon. I may not be a pathologist by noon. I want to ask a lot of questions. I want to ask a lot of questions. Rarely can he not own a house? Rarely can he not own a house? I have to go home. I have to go home. Despite better judgment, I agreed to help. Despite better judgment, I agreed to help. Breathtaking. Breathtaking. We've been working on the project for weeks. We've been working on the project for weeks. Was your grandfather a cook? Was your grandfather a cook? Can they get points after 3 evenings? Can they get points after 3 evenings? Were you open every week? Were you open every week? You should apologize for what you said. You should apologize for what you said. His sister was the second man. His sister was the second man. We have dinner at 7 p.m. We have dinner at 7 p.m. I will be on vacation until the beginning of July. I will be on vacation until the beginning of July. Would you like some sugar in your tea? Would you like some sugar in your tea? Now do you want to talk to me about my sons? Now do you want to talk to me about my sons? When do you prefer cake? When do you prefer cake? The sun rises from the east. The sun rises from the east. What would you like to buy? What would you like to buy? Isn't it a monthly warranty? Isn't it a monthly warranty? Shouldn't they improve after 5 weeks? Shouldn't they improve after 5 weeks? They should not tell our secret to anyone. They should not tell our secret to anyone. I'm sorry I knocked over your vase. I'm sorry I knocked over your vase. You shouldn't run with scissors. You shouldn't run with scissors. Should they listen? Should they listen? Are you at home today? Are you at home today? Can they insist right away? Can they insist right away? Could they make cream soon? Could they make cream soon? His mother was a homeowner. His mother was a homeowner. The meal was enjoyed by everyone at the party. The meal was enjoyed by everyone at the party. What a beautiful sunset. What a beautiful sunset. I finished my homework before dinner. I finished my homework before dinner. Beneath the layers of dirt is a treasure. Beneath the layers of dirt is a treasure. He enjoys playing video games with his friends. He enjoys playing video games with his friends. I'm too tall. I'm too tall. Received a new phone and it has a lot of features. Received a new phone and it has a lot of features. The boy whose bike was stolen is crying. The boy whose bike was stolen is crying. Do we count? Do we count? Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? It's too hot for jogging outside. It's too hot for jogging outside. He had finished his work by the time his boss arrived. He had finished his work by the time his boss arrived. Sometimes technician. Sometimes technician. I wouldn't organize. I wouldn't organize. We walked for a while in the rain until we found shelter. We walked for a while in the rain until we found shelter. Where is the scissors? Where is the scissors? Can't I appreciate? Can't I appreciate? We do not ignore. We do not ignore. Mary hates to wash the dishes after dinner. Mary hates to wash the dishes after dinner. Should he do 2 landscaping in the afternoon? Should he do 2 landscaping in the afternoon? Should you die? Should you die? Can't they play games every month? Can't they play games every month? Fill out this form. Fill out this form. The message was sent to the wrong person. The message was sent to the wrong person. After a month, I can't bother. After a month, I can't bother. The beach was crowded but we still had a great time. The beach was crowded but we still had a great time. The company is looking for a new project manager. The company is looking for a new project manager. We're going to the beach this weekend. We're going to the beach this weekend. Tomatoes. Tomatoes. I'm going to the game tonight. I'm going to the game tonight. The store opens at 9 a.m. The store opens at 9 a.m. If only I understood finance better, I could invest wisely. If only I understood finance better, I could invest wisely. Outside. Outside. After 4 months it should be taken care of. After 4 months it should be taken care of. Can cope. Can cope. Will he pay? Will he pay? He dreams of a world without borders. He dreams of a world without borders. Our mother-in-law is a farmer. Our mother-in-law is a farmer. Interpret. Interpret. I usually take the same bus every day. I usually take the same bus every day. In the evening he will be learning a new language. In the evening he will be learning a new language. He is ready. He is ready. Could you please follow me to the examination room? Could you please follow me to the examination room? He could have helped you with your homework. He could have helped you with your homework. Are you coming to the party tonight? Are you coming to the party tonight? This dress is cheap. This dress is cheap. Can I become a journalist before? Can I become a journalist before? Do you want to ask a question before we start? Do you want to ask a question before we start? I don't want to lose my magazines for the lost. I don't want to lose my magazines for the lost. If they invite us, we should bring a gift. If they invite us, we should bring a gift. Cannot normally decrease. cannot normally decrease. Above, above. Can I retire often? Can I retire often? To wander, to wander. 100 people attended the meeting. 100 people attended the meeting. I'll finish the dishes and watch TV after that. I'll finish the dishes and watch TV after that. I'm in the curtained room. I'm in the curtained room. He still hasn't returned my call. He still hasn't returned my call. Can't you spare 2 weeks? Can't you spare 2 weeks? I'm moving to a new house in 5 years. I'm moving to a new house in 5 years. Those pictures cost a lot of money. Those pictures cost a lot of money. I have too much energy. I have too much energy. What did you use? What did you use? How did you sleep? How did you sleep? I'm constantly thinking of you. I'm constantly thinking of you. I'll lend you my umbrella in case it rains. I'll lend you my umbrella in case it rains. Won't confirm after 3 evenings? Won't confirm after 3 evenings? How many days are there in a week? How many days are there in a week? He has no experience. He has no experience. Are you currently learning? Are you currently learning? The course was challenging but rewarding. The course was challenging but rewarding. He rewarded himself with a day off. He rewarded himself with a day off. I wish I could play the violin. I wish I could play the violin. They are having a picnic in the park. They are having a picnic in the park. Just trust me. Just trust me. He won't be coming to the party if he has other plans. He won't be coming to the party if he has other plans. Can they be lifeguards? Can they be lifeguards? Can they see 5 years ago? Can they see 5 years ago? I'm going to the museum. I'm going to the museum. They should not fly the traffic controller after 3 weeks. They should not fly the traffic controller after 3 weeks. Dog trained by owner performs tricks. Dog trained by owner performs tricks. In the evening the sun went down. In the evening the sun went down. Should he threaten 2 weeks? Should he threaten 2 weeks? We visited our grandparents at the weekend. We visited our grandparents at the weekend. We saw them at the restaurant. We saw them at the restaurant. It was exercise. It was exercise. He will retire when he turns 60. He will retire when he turns 60. Can I rarely stretch? Can I rarely stretch? Is it monthly limited? Is it monthly limited? My birthday is in June. My birthday is in June. Situation. Situation. What do you want? What do you want? Would she not tremble? Would she not tremble? I could hear the birds singing in the morning. I could hear the birds singing in the morning. Insufficient rainfall caused drought. Insufficient rainfall caused drought. The newspaper article deals with the issue of gun control. The newspaper article deals with the issue of gun control. May never report. May never report. It was raining when I went out. It was raining when I went out. Can't they be missing after a month? Can't they be missing after a month? You were a good person. You were a good person. Could it fail before? Could it fail before? Which is which? Which is which? You would buy. You would buy. Shouldn't they do it every day? Shouldn't they do it every day? I need to buy new clothes for the summer. I need to buy new clothes for the summer. Can't they come at dawn? Can't they come at dawn? Opposition. Opposition. I don't go out if the weather is wet. I don't go out if the weather is wet. Should it burn? Should it burn? It often takes a long time to find a parking spot. It often takes a long time to find a parking spot. We should avoid consuming processed foods. We should avoid consuming processed foods. Do you like to play any video game? Do you like to play any video game? We should not organize monthly. We should not organize monthly. Despite the bad weather, we continued our walk. Despite the bad weather, we continued our walk. Is our brother a neurologist? Is our brother a neurologist? He did not exercise regularly, so he gained weight. He did not exercise regularly, so he gained weight. They have finished their project. They have finished their project. My mom and dad are greengrocers. My mom and dad are greengrocers.